Hey, thanks for tuning in to Simply Nails. I'm just about to do a nail tutorial on press-ons with using acrylic versus doing them without acrylic, and I am using the dip method. So I'm just showing you what you're going to need, which is the brush, the little cuticle pusher, which I'm going to use to sprinkle my acrylic powder. I'm using that pink acrylic powder, and then the dip I'm using is going to be 2 and 3, which is the activator, of course, and like a base coat. I'm doing 2 nails, one without, one with it. Both of them are already buffed, and they are basically the same size, so we can tell the difference. So what I'm first going to start with is my base, which I put on. I put base on both of those nails. Step 2 is basically base, so I did put base on both nails. And now that my base is on, I am going to add my acrylic powder. So I believe I'm going to do this 3 times. We're going to see as the video go on. But yes, I add this on. You're just going to get it all over until I like to describe it as the nail looks ashy, meaning all of that clear base coat is completely covered. So make sure it's all over the top, all over the sides, all around. Excuse the little beep. I know it's so annoying. I hate it too. That a little beep in the background. That's my smoke detector, of course. But where I live at, I have high ceilings and I cannot reach them. And yeah, I have to try to get a ladder to get up there or wait for maintenance to decide to come and change the freaking battery. So excuse that in the background. I do apologize if it's annoying. But as you can see, it is completely covered up. Now that it is completely covered up, I am going to cure that for 30 seconds. Once that comes out of the lamp, I'm going to brush it off really, really well. Make sure you get all the excess powder because we're going to go in for a second coat. And I want it to not have chunks in it. If you don't brush it very well, you can end up with chunks. So I guess I don't want to say chunks, but little ridges on your nail. And you still want a smooth nail when you go to apply your polish. So you want to make sure it's brushed off really well as you're adding your thin layers. And the point of this is basically just to make your press-ons a little thicker. I know I've bought some press-on nails where they've been kind of thin to me. So it's like selling press-ons is like you don't want them thin. So, yeah. This just makes them a little bit thicker than when you started. So now I'm going to add this polish. I'm going to use this polish for both nails, but I am going to first initially add this to just the nail that has just base coat and no acrylic powder. So now you see me brushing once again because I did add a second coat, same exact way. All I did is add another layer of base and then sprinkled my powder on top. So I'm just brushing the excess off before I add the polish on top of this one. Now, of course, you're going to see me grab the dip, but I forgot to record it. My phone was dying. So you do want to add your activator before you go in with your polish. And of course, you do want to buff to make sure it is smooth. Not a strong buff, not like buffing like I'm trying to actually file the nail down, but you just want to smooth it out to make sure that you have no ridges in your nail because you still want a smooth finish. So right here, this is still the same nail, the one without the acrylic, but I'm putting more paint on. I'm just going in with a second layer of the pink on this particular nail, just so that it had this. So when I normally do my press ons, if without the acrylic powder, if I feel like the nails are thick, I will use just 2 coats of the polish, especially if I'm doing solid polish, to make sure it's a smooth finish. Like you wanted to be a press on but look like an acrylic. So I'm just doing 2 so it has a fair chance as I'm going to show them against each other without the acrylic powder. So that's what you see me doing here, and then you're going to see me go in once the base dry with pink on the one with acrylic. This is me basically finishing up and comparing them a little. So the one on the right is the one without the acrylic, and the one on the left is one with the acrylic powder. So I'm just going to add my top coat, and then I'm going to show them all around on all angles. So this is going to be the finished product. Of course, this is the one without the acrylic powder, and of course it's a smooth finish, not very thick but durable. These are, I definitely used nails that were not my favorite, and I didn't use them because of the thickness of them. It was a cheaper brand that I had purchased, so that's why I purposely used these so I could tell the difference. And this one, of course, is the one with the acrylic powder. I felt like it did add thickness to the nail, and I felt like it gave a better finish. Like the nail looked it overall better to me. I don't know if the camera does it justice, but I like how it did not change the nail bed. So if you do press-ons, you already know that when you hit acrylic, it changed the nail size. So you gotta upsize in order to get the right size for your customers. But this method, I felt like made it look a lot better if it was an acrylic nail, and it did not change the size of the nail bit, so I wouldn't even have to upsize. We'll try to refigure out what size to send off to a customer because, oh, the nail size has changed because we wanted a better finish, so I added acrylic. So this one little step actually did make a difference to me. The nail, both of them look shiny, of course, smooth, of course, but the one with the acrylic I felt like looked thicker and it gave a better finish. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that like button, comment what you think. Until next time, be blessed.